You may be seated. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Welcome, graduates, families, and friends. Welcome to Gallaudet's 155th Annual Commencement Ceremony. I am honored to stand here today and to recognize our graduates. We at Gallaudet support freedom of expression in our democratic society. And with that, we respect any decision you make to stand or sit as you are able. This mutual respect is at the heart of our community. Thank you. And now for the national anthem. Thank you. Thank you. That was lovely. You may be seated. I'm so grateful to be here with you today and to celebrate together. Again, congratulations to each and every one of you. I want to welcome our honored guest and thank you for being with us today. We know there are so many people who have helped you get to this moment. Please join me in taking a moment to recognize them. Can I ask that our international dignitaries and guests and visitors who have come from far and wide to give us a wave so that we can recognize you? We are so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining us today. And to the Gallaudet faculty and staff who are present, I want to thank you and acknowledge you as well. Please wave so we can recognize you. Thank you for all you do. Today is made possible because of you. So we're very appreciative to all of you and the work that you do. I would also like to recognize our shared governance group. These are the groups that guide the day-to-day decisions and actions within our university. These groups include our Board of Trustees, several of whom are on stage with me, and a couple in the audience, Greg Leibach and Cynthia Bales' niece. We also have our executive team. In addition, the student body government, the Graduate Student Association, and I see some of you who have been members of that group, as well as our Gallaudet Staff Council, and finally, the Faculty Senate. Will members of these 6 groups please wave your hands so we can recognize you? Thank you for all of your leadership and work on behalf of Gallaudet University and our students. We also want to take a moment to welcome family members and friends and loved ones, those who have cherished our graduating students. Your support has been indispensable and has helped this class of 2025 persevere. Thank you for all you have done. Please give us a wave so we can recognize you. And I hope the students are as well, recognizing those who have supported them in the audience today. And now to the graduates. Look to the audience at the faces of those who have helped you get here today. We know that none of us gets where we are in life alone, and we need the support and encouragement of others to succeed. So please join me in thanking those who have supported you throughout your journey. And now, let us begin. I would like to invite the president of the Gallaudet University Alumni Association, GUAA, Robert Weinstock, to the stage to share a few words.
Honorable members of the Board of Trustees, President Cordano, faculty, staff, students, alumni, families, and most importantly, the class of 2025. Congratulations on making it to this achievement today. We look forward to seeing big things from you in the future as you go into your careers or continue your education. The Gallaudet Alumni Association was founded in 1889. Today, we represent many thousands of alumni from across the United States and around the world. As graduate students, many of you will soon enter your professions, and wherever you go, whatever you do, I know you will be successful and represent Gallaudet University and GUAA well as you continue your life journey. GUAA wishes you and all the best and looks forward to having you join the alumni family. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, President Weinstock. I now ask our Board of Trustees Chair, Jose A. Cervantes, to please come forward.
Greetings, welcome, families, friends, faculty, staff, administration, trustees, and most of all, the class of 2025, to the 155th Gallaudet University Graduate Commencement. Each of you have worked hard to get where you are today. Your journey at Gallaudet University has led to this celebratory moment. As we celebrate you, the graduate class of 2025, I want to remind you that as you move on to opportunities throughout the world, you will represent Gallaudet University and the deaf community as a whole. I'd like to share why it's so important that we remember we are ambassadors for Gallaudet and for the deaf community. We are recognizing Dr. Carol Padden and Dr. Tom Humphreys today, and I'd like to share a story about Dr. Padden that I have no doubt each and every one of you will find in yourselves. I don't need to say how many years ago, but before I was born, my parents went to the University of California, San Diego for their undergraduate studies. This is the same school where Dr. Padden and Dr. Humphreys spent a significant amount of time with their research and leadership. My mother was working as a student using work study and her very first exposure to the deaf community when Dr. Padden came to check out materials from my mother's job site. My mother was so impressed and never forgot her interaction with Dr. Padden. When I was diagnosed as deaf, my mother immediately thought of that interaction with Dr. Padden, and I grew up with my mother reminding me of Dr. Padden and Dr. Humphreys as successful deaf leaders in my hometown. You will find yourself in a similar situation after you leave today. You embark on your careers with your newly earned graduate degree, meeting individuals who may have no knowledge of Gallaudet University, nor experience with the deaf community. You will meet these individuals at work, while conducting research, at church, or simply in a coffee shop. And they will be impacted by their interaction with you, and I guarantee you that your first impression on them will have a ripple effect. There may be a future parent of a deaf child, or a future aunt, uncle, and you will have exposed them to Gallaudet and the deaf communities. You will be showcasing to the world that you are a successful leader from Gallaudet University. As I. King Jordan once said, deaf people can do anything but hear. Each one of you already are role models for all of the hard work you have done to get to today. And I look forward to seeing all of you continuing your role model to deaf folks around the world and to many individuals that have yet to meet Gallaudet University alumni. Please remember this as you embark on your journey after Gallaudet. You will always represent Gallaudet University. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I congratulate the class of 2025 and wish you much happiness and success.
Thank you, Chair Cervantes. And welcome to the class of 2025. Once again, we congratulate you on this very special day as you receive your graduate degree. Today, we gather to celebrate Gallaudet University's 155th commencement. And this also is the 10th time that I've been standing here at this podium as president, a milestone I'm incredibly proud to share with you, the graduating class, on this special day. This year, something very special has returned to campus. What has returned is the Tower Clock Yearbook. The Tower Clock Yearbook has returned, featuring a theme that could not be more fitting, especially this year and in the years ahead, and that theme is vintage. Let's pause for a moment and reflect together as we consider what that word vintage means for you as graduate students. This theme resonates deeply because it reflects the meaning found in your stories and memories. We know in wine, vintage actually tells a story. It's a snapshot in time, representing all of the different environmental conditions that shaped that wine's flavor that year. And we know Gallaudet's vintage is just like that. It's a snapshot of all the conditions that have shaped you during your graduate studies here. And it's what's created the excellence that you carry with you today as you receive your advanced degrees. Now with fashion, vintage refers to enduring beauty. It reflects something that's cared for and treasured and crafted with quality and character. And in this same way, the class of 2025, your vintage as well was shaped by our faculty, staff, your peers, together along with you. It reflects the exceptional care and the quality of your learning, your scholarship, and the growth that you've shown in your chosen path. And of course, in reaching this point today, it's required also a lot of strong character and a bit of grit. In community, vintage reflects a sense of shared memories, a shared heritage, and pride. You, along with alumni, will always carry with you that history, that pride, and the impact of Gallaudet into your professional careers. And this community here at Gallaudet, it's where you've learned, and not just learned, but you've been able to grow and truly become the person you are today. There's been so much that you have learned that shaped you into who you are. And we know that you will always be a true bison because of it. This quality that shapes you in a unique way is your vintage, and it's deeply woven into each of you. The Gallaudet vintage really illuminates generations of stories and struggles and triumphs of deaf and signing people, all of whom are change makers and pioneers, and who together have shaped a truly one-of-a-kind Gallaudet. Their collective legacy has established Gallaudet as a global academic and cultural beacon in bilingual and multicultural education. You, the graduate class of 2025, are not just the newest class, you are the next vintage in a long line of historic and storied Gallaudet graduates. You, through your hard-earned master's and doctoral degrees, your research, your service, and professional work are poised to make meaningful and lasting impacts. The beauty of Gallaudet lies in the fact that each vintage here at Gallaudet leaves its own mark and contributes to the world in a distinct and meaningful way. So take a look around this room for a moment, here on stage and through the audience, and even with the speakers today, either personally or through their families. They represent a vintage that spans at least 8 decades, from the 1940s to the 2000s, and now we welcome you, the class of 2025, into this exceptional lineage. It is truly remarkable, a vintage moment in every sense, and only at Gallaudet could such a moment be possible. There are 2 standout vintage years that have truly transformed our futures. The first was in 1960. Many of you may be aware of what happened. It was Dr. William Stokoe who notably mentored today's honorary doctoral recipient, Dr. Carol Patton, along with 2 other deaf Gallaudet alumni, Carl Kronberg and Dorothy Casterline. Together, they made a groundbreaking discovery. They documented and published evidence showing that American Sign Language is a true language in and of its own right. And it's influenced so many things in the field of linguistics and other fields as well. It's led to transformations in the area of linguistics, language acquisition, and bilingual education, and in many of the careers that all of you have been so hard at work studying for. The second was in 1988 with the Deaf President Now protest movement led by our students and supported by many others. This movement compelled the Board of Trustees to appoint the first deaf president of Gallaudet University. And that first deaf president, and one of our first deaf presidents is here with us today, Dr. Bob Davila. I wanted to take a moment to recognize Dr. Davila. This landmark moment in our history is also now retold, if you don't know this, in a documentary released today on Apple TV+, sharing the story of that Deaf President Now movement, and it will be shown and released on Apple TV+ today. If you don't have Apple TV+, find someone who has it and have a watch party and enjoy that film together. That film was created by our own distinguished alumnus, Niall DeMarco and Davis Guggenheim. But of special note is Niall DeMarco, a graduate of Gallaudet in the class of 2013. You can see him just everywhere. And now to the class of 2025. Let's reflect on your vintage. Remember, vintage doesn't mean old. It's rich with stories. It carries experiences that run deep. And it grows, it evolves, and becomes more refined over time. And that's exactly what we have witnessed in you, the class of 2025. You may have already recognized this very thing in yourself. I mean, given how much you've experienced and how much you've learned and carried with you as you compared yourselves to when you were undergraduate students, you've excelled in so many ways that gotten to you to where you are. We are proud to be able to see your flourishing and the beautiful growth in all the ways that you have grown into your very own vintage. In the short time you've been here, you have accomplished many things, including securing global research prizes. You've earned national fellowships. You've advanced innovation. And you've served on national stages. And not only that, but you've also triumphed on the field and in the court. I don't know if people realize this, but some of these students are athletes while they're also Gallaudet students. Today, you will see stories from your commencement speaker, Dr. Carol Padden, who will receive an honorary degree alongside of her spouse, Dr. Tom Humphreys. Dr. Padden, as well as you, began where you are, asking questions and facing challenges and pursuing their dreams. And now, it's your turn. Welcome to your vintage. As you move forward from here, remember that Gallaudet is your home. And what's important, as Chair Cervantes has said, is that you continue to share this bit of home and this Gallaudet spirit with the world. We want to recognize the significance of this day and thank you for your involvement in being a part of our community. We know as you go forward, you will improve the world and create opportunities, justice, healing, and hope for all. Congratulations to the class of 2025. May Gallaudet always be your home, and do come back often. And now I would like to turn our attention to welcoming our commencement speaker, an honorary degree recipient, Dr. Carol Padden. Dr. Padden, please come forward.
It's so wonderful to be here. Many of you know that I have had a lifelong relationship with Gallaudet University. Both my parents, Don and Agnes Padden, graduated from Gallaudet. My father, the class of 1945, and my mother, the class of 1947. My husband, Tom Humphreys, graduated from Gallaudet in 1968, and my brother, Robert, class of 1972, my sister-in-law, Melinda, class of 74, and my niece, most recent of all, class of 2009. Like my mother and brother, I attended Kendall School as a child, but I did not graduate from Gallaudet University. But Gallaudet has shaped my life and my career in profound ways. I am here today to acknowledge how important Gallaudet has been to almost everything I have done, including my graduate studies at the University of California, San Diego, where I received my PhD. My family story, as well as my personal story, are closely intertwined in ways that reflect the impact of this university on deaf people here and around the world. I was what you call mainstreamed, starting in 3rd grade in 1963, but it was not called mainstreaming at the time. The cultural winds were shifting in this direction, and I left Kendall School to attend a public school in Bladensburg, Maryland, along with a small group of other deaf and hard of hearing children. We did not have interpreters in our classes. PL 94-142 was not yet law until 1975, and the American with Disabilities Act not until 1990. I can mark so many points in life where Gallaudet played such an important role. I cannot imagine who I would be or how I would have accomplished what I have without a university like Gallaudet. I decided back in high school that I wanted to major in linguistics because at the time, I had asked for an opportunity to volunteer at the Model Secondary School for the Deaf. I spent my senior year as a tutor, and I met a researcher who worked at MSSD who suggested that I might consider a career in linguistics. At that time, I had never heard of the discipline, nor did I know anyone who was a linguist. I had started to learn about Bill Stokoe and his work here at Gallaudet in the Linguistics Research Lab. So when I enrolled as a student at Georgetown University, I decided to introduce myself to Bill and ask him for a job in his lab. My mother knew him because they were both faculty in the English department. Bill agreed and invited me to work in his lab. At that point, I had no idea about what linguistics was or how to be a scientist. Bill was my first mentor back in 1974. Bill taught me how to be a scientist, also how to launch a career in sign language linguistics. Georgetown taught me linguistics, but they admitted at the time they could not teach me much, if anything, about sign language linguistics. They could not help me write my first paper on sign language in the deaf community. But Bill and another colleague, Harry Markowitz, showed me how to start. I spent almost 4 years in the Linguistics Research Lab, interacting with many different people here at Gallaudet University, like James Woodward and Gail Eastman, who taught theater. I took social linguistics, generative grammar, and basic sign language structure. I also met my husband here, Tom Humphreys, who became my lifelong collaborator. I moved to UC San Diego in 1978 for graduate school and received my PhD in 1983 and have been at UC San Diego as faculty and now as dean in the School of Social Sciences. I have been at the University of San Diego, California for 42 years. I tell you this story because every step of the way in my life and in my career, Gallaudet University has been there, shaping my ideas, my best papers, and books over my very long career. I look back now after 50 years, after PL 94-142, and celebrating 35 years after ADA, to celebrate how far we have come in the modern history of deaf people in the United States. Deaf people win Oscars at films about Gallaudet, and deaf people win awards. Deaf people appear on Broadway and so many other stages we can hardly keep count. Deaf people regularly appear in television and print ads. They are professors at universities across the world. Deaf students are studying to become nurses, doctors, and surgeons. Deaf people work in community organizations everywhere, advocating for better lives for babies, children, and adolescents, adults, and senior citizens. Deaf artists and deaf curators have shows in major museums across the United States and around the world. In so many fields, deaf people are represented, and all of them, in some way, large or small, owe their lives and their careers to Gallaudet University. Now it is 2025, and we need Gallaudet more than ever. Universities, both small and large, have shaped so many lives and saved so many lives. Currently, there is a question of whether or not universities are necessary. The challenge of should research labs exist at major universities around the world are starting to be asked. We wonder, what are the future of universities? My research, University of California, San Diego, are at risk of losing funding. Our students, and in turn, scientific work of our faculty and research staff. My personal story shows how Gallaudet has created the possibility of my career and countless others like myself. Not just my lifelong friends, but my colleagues, collaborators, fellow scientists, and advocates. Many of those people I've met at Gallaudet, I've met again at universities halfway across the world, at conferences in Africa, Japan, or South America. I can trace their history back to Gallaudet, just like I've traced mine for you today. Through the people Gallaudet has touched, and all the people that I've met, Gallaudet has shaped our lives in unique and profound ways. I've talked with these people, and I see how their most important ideas have been influenced by what we do here at Gallaudet. So what can we do together to plan for our future and those who will follow us? My advice to you is tell your stories in as many different ways as possible. Those stories might be in published journals, might be live streamed in the forms of poems or sculptures. Take the most important lessons that you've learned here in your time at Gallaudet about sign language, our deaf community, our deaf culture, and make them so obvious, so frequent, and so important that we will not be ignored. My generation started using interpreters to break down barriers. Your generation took interpreters to new places and broke down even more barriers. My generation tried to build a new field of sign language linguistics, and your generation has built a new field of neurobiology and sign language, in which early sign language exposure for deaf and hard of hearing children is now considered a human right. How many lives will you save? Many today, and even more to come. And remind your friends, your colleagues, and the people you meet how this university has changed your life, and why this university and all universities are essential to the future of this country, as well as leadership around the world. Today, you are graduating. Congratulations. You have come a long way. You found Gallaudet, just as my parents did. My mother first arrived to Kendall School in 1933 as an 8-year-old child, and then my father in 1940 after he graduated from the Minnesota School for the Deaf. I know my parents would send their congratulations to all of you if they were here. In some small way, they are in each of you. You all stand shoulder to shoulder with all of us in the long history of Gallaudet, and we wish you well in your long futures. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Carol Patton. So you may notice there have been a few awkward pauses here and there in our remarks. I'm going to ask the technical team if they need some time to reboot the equipment, or just checking in with the technical team. It looks like they're all good. So as Dr. Patton mentioned, her parents, it is here at Gallaudet. You know, my team always laughs at me because the president of Gallaudet always has, issues and people who carry us through our time here and sometimes are disruptive. And I think, Dr. Patton, your parents' spirit is here with us today and would be so proud of all that you've accomplished. My parents also graduated about the same time as your parents did, so they must have been here together, all connected together in this big collective community. And now I'd like to invite our commencement speaker, Lu Ming, representing the class of 2025. Oh, you're here. I was looking for you and I couldn't find you.
Surprise.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you, President Cordano. And thank you. Again, thank you, President Cordano, Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2025. Today, I am honored to be graduating alongside all of you and giving this speech at a university where American Sign Language, deaf culture, and the power of community are celebrated. It's more than just a ceremony. It's a powerful testimony that dreams like mine do come true, and that with determination, support, and belief, we can all find a place where we truly belong. First, I want to sincerely thank everyone who has come here to celebrate with us. Time has truly flown by so quickly. When we were kids, the year 2025 sounded like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, kind of like Back to the Future, which was released 40 years ago. It felt so distant, and yet here we are. We're not characters in a movie. We are real people standing here today in our caps and our gowns, graduating in 2025. This moment is not fiction. This is real. These past 3 years at Gallaudet University have been truly life-changing. I remember fondly watching the film Coda, which later won the Oscar for Best Picture. And something stirred within me. After many years of navigating life as a deaf person in a hearing environment, I felt a profound sense of recognition and hope. And that film showed deaf people using beautiful sign language, celebrating deaf culture, building community, things I had never imagined before. That movie opened my heart to a completely different way of living as a deaf person. Curious and inspired, I knew that I wanted to know more. So I began researching, and I discovered Gallaudet University, the world's only university where sign language is the primary language of communication. When I shared my decision to study in the United States, the support of my family and friends gave me the strength to take that leap of faith. Thank you, Mom, Dad, family, for supporting me in taking that first step. When I first arrived at Gallaudet from China, I barely knew any sign language. I enrolled in Gallaudet University and in their English Language Institute, fondly known as ELI, where I immersed myself in learning sign language. Everything felt new and overwhelming, and I faced so many challenges in my first few weeks. I still remember the very first sign I learned. Do you remember yours? I see some of you signing your first sign. Mine was elevator. One of the front desk people on my first day, I walked into the dorm and they showed it to me when I asked them, communicating through text, where the laundry room was. And they so eloquently signed this visual letter E, moving up and down, and it was so clear to me and so simple at the same time that it stuck with me right away. There was the elevator, exactly how they had explained. Simple, clear communication. That moment sparked something in me. A growing love for sign language and the beauty of visual communication. Learning sign language opened an entirely new world for me. It helped me rediscover who I am and embrace my true identity as a deaf person. I could access information freely for the first time, communicate without barriers, and express myself fully and confidently. Thanks to the support of my teachers, my friends, I gradually found my place here and began to feel more at home. Gallaudet provided countless opportunities through events, classes, shared moments where I could participate, and those helped me grow. I will always remember attending homecoming week and feeling the pride and unity and uniqueness of this community. The Gallaudet spirit is a part of who I am. I was moved about how excited everyone was and how deeply people connected with each other. It reflected that strength and spirit, and those experiences allowed for me to develop confidence, witness education, culture, and community come together. You and I grow together as we sit here today. I have found a place here at Gallaudet, and this journey is not only mine, but it's one that's shared with all of us today. Graduate school is not easy. We all understand that well. I remember the long nights I spent working on projects while I questioned myself, but kept going with the support of my peers, with the support of my professors. And we weren't on this journey alone. We were supported, we were encouraged, and we motivated each other. The more we studied, the more we realized the limits of our knowledge. But that realization only helped fuel our curiosity. To sum up, what made this journey more meaningful was not just the academic challenge, but the collaboration, encouragement, and shared determination that got us through. And those memories are forever etched in our hearts. I mean, look at me now. Someone who once knew no sign language, now standing here today, thanks to Gallaudet University. I'm a commencement speaker. I'm fluent in sign language, and I am on this stage because of you. If I can do it, so can you. It's never too late to learn, to grow, or to start a new chapter. No matter where you come from or where your background is, you belong here. Today, as we graduate, this is not an ending, it's a new beginning. We now hold the power to start fresh, to rewrite our stories and shape the future we want to see. It's never too late to start a new chapter. And of course, life beyond school will certainly bring setbacks and hardships and pain, and that's okay. Life is like a game where each challenge makes us stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for what lies ahead. One day we will look back and realize that those struggles were not roadblocks, rather stepping stones that help shape who we are. Let's use our knowledge, experience, and voice, whether through hands or words, to uplift others, to break barriers, to build a more inclusive world. To my fellow graduates, fantastic job. The world is waiting for us. The world is ready for our ideas, our courage, and our leadership. So go out there, dream boldly. As the Chinese poet Li Bai once wrote, "There will come a time when the winds and the waves are just right, and we will sail through the vast ocean with our cloud-piercing sails. That time is now. Let us embrace this journey together. Congratulations to us all, class of 2025.
Thank you and congratulations. I'll give Lu Ming a moment to sit down. What a lovely speech. Thank you for inspiring all of us, not just the class of 2025. It's nice to pause for a moment and reflect on what was just shared. I believe the most important thing that I heard was the power of people who come here not knowing sign language whatsoever and entering this world somewhat frustrated through this journey of learning sign language and getting to this beautiful moment as we saw reflected in Lu Ming, really speaking to the journey of so many people who come to Gallaudet not knowing sign language and advance in many ways getting to where they are here, many of you at graduation. And so congratulations to all of you on that journey. I believe it's now time for the conferring of degrees. Our Faculty Senate leader, Tanya Stremlau, will be joining me on stage. Dr. Stremlau. And we'll pause here for a moment again. I want to check in with the technical team to see what their needs are at this point. You know, of course, yesterday everything worked so smoothly, not one single technical glitch occurred. And now, of course, on this very significant day, here we are with multiple technical problems. I think there are gremlins here somewhere amongst us, so if you'll bear with us for just a moment. So while we're here on stage, let me just ask you a question. I wonder how many people truly understand the role of the Faculty Senate Chair, so perhaps you could take a moment and share with people how you understand your role in this capacity.
We lead faculty who are responsible for curriculum, and the largest part of our jobs is to oversee current programs, degrees, and to think of new ones, to improve our ability to teach and conduct research.
I want to highlight for many of you who may not realize that I, as president of Gallaudet, are in one capacity and one role, and yet the governance and bylaws of our university, as in every university and higher education, really the faculty hold a unique role in shaping those bylaws and that governance. The academics of the university is held within the auspice of the Faculty Senate. So people in positions such as mine am responsible for the overall infrastructure, the administrative operations of the university in order to ensure that the faculty can be successful in their work. The faculty have been wonderful leaders for us here today. So thank you, Dr. Stremlau, to all you have done. We'll give them a moment to reboot the system. I see lots of chatter back there. In the meantime, perhaps we can take a moment to acknowledge the class of 2025 and all of the faculty members who have supported you throughout your time here at Gallaudet. We have the student body government, that is another entity that works with our students. There's the Graduate Student Association focusing primarily on the graduate students, ensuring you have proper support in your time here at Gallaudet. Do we have the graduate student president or officers here with us today, past or present? I see a few of you there in the audience. Thank you for your leadership. It looks like we may be back up and running. I believe they're rebooting the system. And again, my apologies.
We love technology.
It's a blessing and a curse, isn't it? I do wonder if we could just get a hard copy of our remarks and continue on with that hard copy. And we may need to also borrow a music stand. There's nothing that we can't improvise, right?
President Cordano. Upon recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates to graduate degrees. Will all the candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, Master of Social Work, Specialist in Deaf Education, Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Psychology, and Doctor of Philosophy. Please stand and remain standing. President Cordano, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Stremlau. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gallaudet University and in accordance with the faculty and their established standards, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate degree with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated. Please be seated. Dr. Rashid, our provost, will you please come to the stage?
Good morning. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Now I will call the recipients of the graduate degrees. That's what you've been waiting for, right? Dr. Beth Gibbons, Associate Dean for the Graduate School, will assist me in providing the hoods and honor stoles for you. Dr. Carolyn Corbett and Dr. Lori Day, please come forward. I now call Sarhand Hassan to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Clinical Psychology. I now call Sheila Maynard to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Clinical Psychology. I now call Holly Salem to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Clinical Psychology. I now call forward Garrett Schellenhammer to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in clinical psychology. That concludes clinical psychology. Will Dr. Karen Garrido-Nag come forward? I now call forward Barbara Bustamante to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Hearing, Speech, and Language Sciences. And that concludes Hearing, Speech, Language Sciences. Thank you. Will Dr. Daniel Koo please come forward? I now call forward Ricardo Ortiz Roman to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Interpretation. Congratulations. Very complicated doctoral attire. Will Dr. Pamela Collins please come forward? I now call forward Roberto Santiago to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Interpretation. Congratulations. Will Dr. Julie Hoksang please come forward? I now call forward Kiva Bennett to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Linguistics. Will Dr. Emily Shaw please come forward? I now call Heather Terrell to receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Translation and Interpreting Studies. That concludes the conferring of our doctoral degrees. I will now call the recipients of the graduate degrees from the School of Human Services and Sciences. Will Dr. Chizuko Tamaki come forward? I'll now call on the recipients of the Doctor of Audiology degrees to come forward and receive their degrees. Austin Beard. Christina Alahalde. Chloe Grace Hyde. Jacqueline Cutts. Derica Ann Parthenoldo. Jared Pinkham. Carly Schuldberg. Will Dr. Tanya Thomas Presswood please come forward? I now call upon all recipients of the Doctor of Psychology in School Psychology degree to come forward and receive their degrees. Miriam Azimi. Tobias Christopher Canterbury. Tristan K. Steele. Will Dr. Gabriel Lomas please come forward? I now call upon all recipients of the Master of Arts in Counseling to come forward and receive their degrees. Rachel Elise Barroway. Alyssa Isabella Castillo. Meredith Anna Folgau. Nathan Jalali. Matthew James McQuinn. Ariel Elizabeth Senix. Lucy Taylor. Will Dr. Tanya Thomas Presswood please come forward? I now call upon the recipients of the master's degrees in developmental psychology to come forward and receive their degrees. Kristen Alexander Ivy. Moss McLean. Katie Lynn Pearden. Rachel Marie Schaefer. Ariel Elizabeth Senix. Will Dr. Danielle Thompson come forward? I will now call all recipients of the master's degrees in early intervention studies to come forward and receive their degrees. Donia Albasharaway. Leah Katrin Gear. Now I call Dr. Lori Day to come forward. I will now call all recipients of the Master's of Arts degree in psychology to come forward and receive their degree. Valencia Larai Penny. Will Dr. James McCann please come forward? I now call upon all the recipients of the Masters of Science in Speech Language Pathology to come forward and receive their degrees. Caden Biesner.
Emily Birnbaum. Zoe Alicia Blumenson. Jenna Elaine Burton. Joanne Chan. Grace Catherine DeMario. Alex Jehusian. Pia Garefa. Sarah Goldberg. Serena Joseph. Faith Kelly. Eva Perez. Paige Pfeiffer. I knew. Jamie Michelle Pollock. Seema Ashley Popovsky. Nicole M. Reeves. Victoria Catherine Sabatino. Sapir Sandowski. Hannah Grace Stone. Hannah I. Tran. Zach Jordan Davis Weingardner Ferrin. Will Dr. Anandea Nikolarakis please come forward? I will now call the recipients of graduate degrees from the School of Language, Education, and Culture. Yvonne J. Black.
I'm graduating for them. They finished high school but didn't get to go to college.
Adam Garfinkel. Nancy Elizabeth McCandless. Elena June Mitchell. Bonnie Jo Morrison. Suthacharan Ramanathan. Will Julie Mitchner please come forward? I now call upon recipients of Master of Arts degree in Deaf Education, Cade Patterson. Luke Cameron Bundrum. I now call Dr. Audrey Cooper to come forward and call upon all recipients of the Masters of Arts in International Development to come forward to receive their degrees. Binta Bajie. Claire Nicole Coffey. Eric R. Hidalgo. Latavia Roberts. Jose Rodrigo Uresti. I now call Dr. Emily Shaw forward and all recipients of the Master of Arts in Interpretation to come forward to receive their degrees. Haley Friedman. Michael Anthony Guido. Kenneth Ramirez. Chelsea Sampson. Wendy Yacht. Will Dr. Julie Hoaksang please come forward? I now call upon recipients of the Master of Arts in Linguistics to receive their degrees. Michaelis Bedrosian Cajun. Natalie Marie Castro. Chloe E. Eliason. Jeanette Phillips. Will Dr. Kenneth DeHaan please come forward? I now call upon recipients of the Master of Arts in Sign Language Education to come forward and receive their degrees. Ames Biskupiak. Haley Brock. Justin W. Christian. Donald Roy Cochran. Tiffany Marie Cochran. Jade Dawson. Brianna Lynn Dyke. Shasta Draze. Angela June Alman. All yours. Damarili Espinosa. Alvario Jimenez. Kelly P. Lennis. Joseph Matiache. James McGowan. Tyler Nayert. Hiroshi Ken Nakama. Ashley Annette Puckett. Summer Seeger. Kimberly Ann Stinnett. Misa Suzuki.
Leslie Margarita Talamantes. Cara Wilson. I now call upon recipients of the graduate degrees from the School of Science, Technology, Accessibility, Mathematics, and Public Health, and Dr. Raja Kushalnagar to come forward. Mariana Arroyo Chavez. Dante J. Conway. Beth Dawn Dorset. Yasmin Beatriz Holguin Bila. Ming Lee. Lu Ming. Michaela A. Okosi. I will now call recipients of the Graduate School Degrees, School of Arts and Humanities, Dr. Dirksen Bauman and Dr. Jeannie Gertz. Please come forward. I now call upon recipients of the Master of Arts in Deaf Studies degree to come forward and receive their degrees. Marie Maslanova. Jeanette Phillips.
I now call the recipients of graduate degrees from the School of Civic Leadership, Business, and Social Change. Professor Sean Mywald, please come forward. I now call upon all recipients of the Masters of Public Administration degrees to come forward and receive their degrees. Millicent Alexander. Darissa I. Bashaw. Ashley Marie Carries. Anna Garcia Daku. Ashad Darandanian. Leslie Kang. Jonathan Frank Kessel. Edwin Manuel Martinez. Thanaja Nadaraha Israel. Brett C. Sonnenstrahl. Will Dr. Kota Takayama come forward? I now call upon all recipients of the Masters of Social Work degree to come forward and receive their degrees. Brooks Elizabeth Bernstein. Milana Olivia Biluki. Catherine Alice Calabro. Maria Isabel Sedano. Graces Fatima Encarnacion. Michaela Marie Fagan. Christine Marie Fulton. Audrey Gray. Aaron Moses Lakeram. Micah Allure Lovell. Hunter Welch Madsen. Lakia Jenna McCoy. Rebecca Ellen Minson. Hannah Beth Mullen. Rosa B. Padilla. Angela K. Queen. Julie Ann Schumann. Brittany C. Stuckert. Victoria Tingler. Nicole Vandenbos. President Cordano, this concludes the awarding of graduate degrees.
Congratulations. And now let's see some Gallaudet University spirit. I'd like to invite the Gallaudet Bison Song Team to join me on stage.
Audience, we need your help. Please don't let our drummer leave. We need your help. Everybody with us, stand as you are able. Twice, we need you to bison with us. That's better. One more time, everybody. And when you are finished, please be seated. Are you ready?
Nothing better than some Gallaudet spirit, right? Buff and blue, right? To the class of 2025. Congratulations to all of you. Now, May Gallaudet always be your home. Come back often and join again with that buff and blue school spirit. Congratulations again to the class of 2025. I would like to invite Professors Chukwuma and Riddick to please come to the stage and lead us in the recessional.